welcome to day one of our on safari. We're going on safari. Are you ready, Kay?
I'm ready behind here. I'm
okay.
behind the scenes doing this.
Right, okay, cool. We're going to do the cover first. So all the measurements and everything else will be on your PDF. So here's my album cover that I've made up before. If you want to know how to make this up, look at our YouTube channel. Kay shows you how to line the edges with Architape so you get a beautiful finish. There's also the traditional way of covering with cardstock and how to make your spine and stick everything in from there. So the front cover here, I've actually done quite a lot of fussy cutting, but I've split my page because I didn't want a complete page. But to make it more interesting, instead of having just one, in fact if I put it like that it's probably easier, isn't it? Instead of having just one flat page, you want to add a bit of dimension. So I'm going to build it up. So the plan is, that will be that card there, and make sure you don't put anything in this hinge here. So I'm just laying it out, doing my layout first of all. And this is always really handy with most of your page layouts or card layouts, anything like that. Lay it out beforehand, and then if you've got a phone or a tablet, just take a little picture so you can remember the layout before you start sticking it. So that one will go on there. Okay, now at the moment this is one single piece of paper here, and I can see I've written on here cut and mount on black card here because that will give it another element of depth. Okay, so I shall do that, and then that will run across there like that.
Is that one of your notes?
It is one of my notes.
And it was actually to be seen as well.
Yes. Yeah. So then you can build up, you can put your safari adventure where you want. Your flowers, I've got my elephant here, I might continue him there. I fussy cut some flowers out and made it like that, and then I've got a flower there. I've also got the big tiger that I've cut out, so I'm not sure, I might actually change it and put him there, but he looks a bit too big in front of all the others, so I'm going to think about that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, Kay, is just cut that little thin strip.
Okay.
Use paper trimmer.
It's one of our new ones.
This is one of our new ones. It's fab. It goes up to 6 inches here, and then it goes all the way out to 17 inches, which means it's perfect for A3. And it's 31.7 centimetres that way for the measurement, whatever that is in imperial. And it has a scoring blade and a cutting blade. So when you're cutting, if you've got a paper trimmer, when you're cutting a small measurement, it's much harder to cut it. I don't know why, it's much harder to cut it that way because you've got, it just seems harder to cut it up lining it up. Might not be for you, Kay, because you're left-handed, but I don't know. But it's easier if you put it that way because you've got more to hold on here.
Well, it makes more sense because I would do that on the guillotine.
Yeah. So we'll line that up on there. Put it down. You can see that's a bit skew with.
You could always tape it in place.
You could. Shall I use my tape that I've got here, Kay?
Okay, just a thought.
There you are. I use my note tape, okay, and then we'll just go straight down. And that's that. There, like that. Okay, so that's cool. I really like that trimmer. I've always used my Fiskars one before with the wire in it, but I just like that one. Okay, so I'm just inking the edges just with some brown ink, just to take the, can you see the white edge?
Off, yeah, it takes the white core off.
Okay, right. So
it just makes everything look more coordinated, doesn't it?
It does. Now if you're if you want a bit of wiggle room when you're lining things up, use something like Collal because it does give you a bit more wiggle room. Our bookbinding glue is really good, but sometimes for a little tiny thing like this I might use Collal just so I've got a little bit more wiggle room. And if you're matting onto black and it's hard to see, put it on a piece of white paper. Okay. Put that on there, move it up. That's it.
Can you bring it forward a tad? I'll just zoom in a bit.
Sorry, how's that?
Yeah, that's better.
Right, I'm just going to move it up because it's not right on me.
There's no pressure, I'm zoomed in, so you've got to get it right.
Thanks for that. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one to dry. So let's carry on. So this one, I'm going to stick this one further to the edge because that one's going to fit on top like that. But you can see straight away you've got more depth because you've got your black showing there. But that is annoying me because that black is too wide now. So
Can you put the tape on it?
yeah, I'm going to tape it. And if you remember, when we've said before, if you want to cut a little tiny smidge, don't start at the edge, start in the middle with your trimmer blade. You're less likely to tear the edge. But make sure you tape it down well, otherwise it'll move. Okay, so go back in where it was in the centre. That's it, still a bit. That's it. Okay, that's it. So we'll stick this one onto here. Okay, he's removing my label there. Do you have a thing about labels? When you buy something, you have to remove the label?
Yes, I do. Always.
I do as well.
I hate it.
I can't, and it's like cut protective screens on things. I have to take those off as well. I can't bear them on there.
I'm not too bad about that, but labels and clothes, I want to take them out.
No.
Unless they're really soft.
Unless what?
They're really soft. If they're really
Oh
soft,
yes, I thought you said in your socks. I thought, well, who has labels in their socks? Okay, so we'll pop that one on there. Smidge. Okay. Still see I missed a bit there. Right, I'm just doing a little bit of trimming. Okay, I'll stick this one on. And also when you're cutting little bits and pieces for your pages, it's actually giving you more usage out of your paper. So you're getting the maximum use that you can. So put that there. I'm going to stick on there. See our blob glue. And if you need any help at all, anytime, just get in touch with us or on the Facebook group, because there's loads of people there with lots of experience and helpful hints and tips, and they're brilliant at supporting everybody, aren't they?
They are. Somebody's got a question. Somebody's more qualified than me to answer it.
And me. Right, okay, so this one's going to, I'm going to stick this one on here. Make sure I'm just re-inking the edges. And if you're sticking decorative paper onto Archi-Tape or card onto Archi-Tape, we would recommend using a strong PVA. Our bookbinding glue is perfect for this. Oh, there's cat hair there. That's one of ours. And make it authentic, won't it?
It will do. You make sure you set it not upside down.
Yes. Thank you, Kay. Right, I will have to stand up because I can't see. That's it. Is that straight on? Yeah. Okay, so a little bit of burnishing.
You're burnishing move the camera back a tad, moving the table.
Oh, am I? Sorry.
So
yeah.
Yes,
if the table wobbles any time, it's because I'm vigorously burnishing. Okay, so that one's going to go there.
As the actress then.
Ooh, Mrs. Sure that's still, yeah, it's not in the fold. Put that in there. That one's going to stick. I don't want to cover the giraffe's head up, so that one's going to stick there. You could put a little bit of 3D foam behind if you want, but I'm just going to stick mine straight on flat because later on I'll go in with glossy accents.
It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it?
It would, wouldn't it? It really does make a big difference. We'll show you in a minute. We're just finishing it off. Okay, we'll pop that on there. Okay, now is the time to decide. Do I want? No,
Yeah, I'll prefer
he's
the
too
elephant.
big. He's too big to go on.
He's gorgeous. But
Sorry, Pussy, I'll have to go somewhere else. So I think I prefer the elephants as well. So I'm going to stick the elephants there. The flowers I think are going to go. Actually, I think I prefer it. Okay, because I've chopped some of the black card off, I still need a black edge. So you use your black marker pen. Black just helps things to pop. So
you mounted those on black card and cut them out?
yes, so it's a lot of cutting, Kay.
There was a lot of cutting,
And
wasn't
I'm
it?
going to cut that again because I've now decided I think it will be better. I'm just going to have 2 flowers, I think. Yeah, but usually when I do my fussy cutting, I usually cut the first thing out, then I stick up my black card, and then I sit in front of the telly and cut the other bit out. And
It's about those markers, you never get the right end.
because I'm not clever like you. That's
No, I don't. I don't.
The thing is, I look at
it.
it.
It's always the wrong one.
I look at it and I think, oh yeah, that's the one I want, and then turn it and pull the wrong one off. So, right, okay. So that, yeah, that's better. I'm going to put my elephant there, and I might have. Yeah, that's better like that. Okay, just because it balances out. But then I don't really want to use. Yeah, I don't want to lose that baby elephant. Right, stop twittering, Maggie. Stick the baby elephant. Stick the elephants on.
I didn't say anything. So.
It's not like UK.
I know, that's very strange.
Okay, so we'll stick the elephants on there. I'm going to stick before I stick that one, I'm going to pop that under there. Bring him down so there's no gap there. Actually, I've just found another flower there.
You hit it on your one, on the other side.
I did, but I'm not sure. I put that one there because I didn't leave enough.
It was a cheat, was it? Okay.
It was a cheat, yes.
It looks better like that, actually.
Like this,
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So I'm still not happy about this. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick that one on there. I just like his little trunk, that's better.
You just stuck over his little trunk.
No, you can still see it because I haven't stuck the petal down, so you can lift it up and look at it. Okay, that's better. Okay, and then that one. No, I still can't get his trunk, that's better. It's alright, it has to be balanced. It's not balanced. It's better. Okay, so we'll chop that bit off there. That's better. And that ties in with that then, picks that up, so. Just running a black pen along the edge there. Okay, right. So I would leave that now, and I would let that dry, and then I'd go in and glossy accents. So my back cover and my spine are here. So that one will stick. Look, I've got more labels, okay?
I know.
So that will stick on there. So we'll stick that one on next. You know, you might decide you want to have that side. It's really up to you. We've given you the cutting guides for our layouts. But obviously, if you decide to change the patterns around, do, and we'd love to see what you do. Because I'm quite sure as you start doing the pages and you look at the pages, you think, oh, I could do that instead. So have a go. Because that's what I found after I'd been to a couple of classes. I'd start to do the layout and then I think, oh, you could do this, you could do that.
No, that's
So
all part of growing, isn't it?
it is, it's all part of learning. And I've got 2 tigers cut out now that I haven't used. I just couldn't bear not to use them though. So.
Look at you somewhere. You could go on the back there, couldn't you?
You could. That's a good idea. Should we put him on the back there? He's still quite big though, isn't he, I think?
Half of him.
No, I'm not cutting him up. I'm not cutting his legs off. That would be cruel. It's alright to cut a flower in half, but I'm not cutting a... I'm not cutting a tiger in half. No, that would be his tail cut off, and they need their tails when they go swimming.
Well, if you cut it in half that way, you could have him
No,
go that way and have the tail the other way. You have two tigers for the price of one.
I can't do that, I'm sorry, Kay. Right, okay, so that's your front cover done. So while we're here, we're going to do our inside cover as well. So, if you look here, these mirror each other. You've got that page, and you've got that page there, but it's picking up the spine and the front cover there. So I'll just have that open so I can remember what I'm doing. So you will have a pocket and a pocket, and then you will have, that's going to be one end stuck on the page, it's going to be the other end. And then you're going to have another pocket on top here and here, and you're going to make sure you're not in the hinges of your things there. So, right, now you've got to make sure you paper match. That's it. So that'll be there and there. So even though you won't sit with the pages, but you'll know in your head that the patterns match. And then these ones are going to go in there and there, like that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is stick the side ones on. The edges, I haven't. Okay, these were a quick whiz. Only need to do it on 3 sides. Sorry, am I wobbling the table again with my vigorous inking of the ink pad?
No, I've pulled the tripod.
Oh, you've moved it away?
Yeah, just a tad. But don't be too vigorous, or I'll hit it again.
Okay, right, so one edge here. Tiger's alive. So you've got the elephants the other side, you could use those as well. I think there's some really lovely papers here.
There's one thing about graphic 45 is both sides are really lovely.
They are, aren't they?
Deciding which one to use.
And you don't have to worry about the colour matching because that's all done for you. Okay, right, so that's there like that. So now we're going to stick our base covers in. This red line tape, I'm actually going to leave the cover on it. It's just really to keep holding the spine down. I'm going to leave it on because you're going to use it as a pocket. So that's going to stick on there like that. So 3 sides. You can use double-sided tape. Because it's going on to Archi tape, some of it I would probably recommend using a strong book binding glue, strong PVA. Okay, so that's on there like that. Okay, so my next one, so that's going to be the edge of my pocket, so that needs to go there like that. Again, you're saving paper because you don't need to cover all of this because this will be covered up by the next pocket on top. And then the next cover pocket will go on top like that. The same principle, glue on 3 sides. To the edge of there. There's my tool gone. And then make sure your pattern is matching, which it is, and then that one's going to go onto there, like that. Okay, and then we're going to repeat exactly the same thing for the other side. And that's your inside cover finished. So put that all to one side.